All right, I'll change that setting. I'll try to route audio through Black Magic Audio. So let me know if you guys have audio now on YouTube side, but primarily Amazon's where we want to make sure that we definitely have audio. All right, so we have audio now. Thank you, Calvary DA, for saying we have audio now. That's funny. All right, so we got audio going on YouTube now. All right, so we're just getting started and should be on Amazon. Now, for the best experience, um, what I was saying while I was muted, it will be to watch this on Amazon because I'm going to demo a complete 4K video switcher, the cameras that go along with it, some cabling, and everything that I'm going to use will actually be linked directly below the video or to the side of the video, depending on how you're watching it. But all you have to do is click on it. And if you want to keep it and add it to your cart for later, or you actually need it, you actually be on Amazon to do it. The link to the live stream on Amazon is pinned on YouTube, and I will also place it in the YouTube chat as well so that you guys have a easy way to get over to Amazon. And I'll give you 30 seconds to switch from YouTube over to Amazon because, like I said, that's going to be your best viewing experience. All right. So before I get started, shout out to Datavideo. That's the equipment that we're going to focus on today. That's what's sitting here on my desk. Those are the cameras behind me. And we're going to talk about their 4K PTZ setup. Okay. So let me make sure that you guys are well on your end as viewers and that I am well on my end as the presenter. And I think we are good to go. All right. Now, as you guys are here on Amazon, what's going on, Eileen? Good to see you. As you guys are here on Amazon, I've linked to the products below. So if you're brand new to Amazon, you'll see products literally below here as I'm live streaming. And I'm going to go back and forth. If you do have questions, feel free to ask the questions because we're going to talk about live streaming and some of the technicals of doing it. For those that follow me on YouTube on a regular basis, you know I have talked a lot about PTZ cameras, why I love them. I have I'm looking at one right now, right in front of me. And then we have PTZ cameras pretty much all throughout this space today. We have camera 2 is a PTZ, camera 3 over here is a PTZ up there. Camera 4 is the newest PTZ that just showed up that I live streamed earlier this week about that. So that one's right behind me. We have a PTZ that's actually acting as an overhead camera as well. And then obviously the two that are actually behind me today, the two Datavideo PTZs, that's what we're primarily going to focus on for this setup. Now, on my desk here, I have the Datavideo switcher. Now, if you're not familiar with Datavideo, they make a whole infrastructure of equipment for video live streaming. So shout out again to them for sending this over, letting me use this. If you guys have questions on it, let me know. I don't know everything about it. I still play with it when I do have a chance. I do know some of them may actually come and watch today's live stream, so they may be able to answer the questions for you guys on the Amazon chat in real time. All right. So let's get to turning on some things, hooking some stuff up. I'm looking over at the clubhouse and I see my guy John Schultz is over there. What's going on, John? John Schultz got a chance to see this in action. Literally, we use this at a conference last year. It's a touch screen panel. And he got a chance to see this, and the workflow just makes things a lot easier when it comes to live streaming. So let me first by giving this thing some power because we're on Amazon, I got to show y'all the complete setup. So I'm going to be using this Rockpiles power station. This is a 600-watt power station. Now, doing like mobile events or events that just don't have a lot of access to power outlets in general, this thing will come in handy a lot this year. So I'm going to actually power this data video off of this unit. So everything's going to be powered off of this unit for this setup. So this is going to just be turned on with click of a button. I got USB, AC, display, and the 12 volt. So I'm going to turn it on here. Just hold it down for 2 seconds, and I'm going to hold the AC here and back. Take the data video cable here and plug it in. And I'm going to go back and forth so I can try to show you guys the complete setup behind the scenes and everything. So this power station, as of right now, real time as I'm live streaming, there's like a $400 coupon on this thing. So if you need one, check it out. So plugging this in, we will keep this hidden back here for the time being. And then we will turn on our unit. There's a little power button here in the front. Right here is our power unit. So literally this is being powered off of this unit right here. Okay. What's going on, Melody? Good to see you here on the Amazon side. So I'm gonna let this power up, and let me get me some hotkeys going over here for my switcher. So we're gonna switch to the top down shot so you can check this out. So you can see right now I have one camera that's actually connected. I'm gonna disconnect that just temporarily because I want to show you some stuff you can do with this. But this is a 4-panel touchscreen. So camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4, and then your program. So if you are live streaming and you're looking for an easy way to do it, this is the device that can let you do it, especially for uh, churches or conferences. This is like an all-in-one system where you can't mess this thing up. Like anyone could use this device to live stream because we're literally touching the screen. Okay, so my churches, pay attention because you definitely could use this. All right, anybody, you can train anybody to use this. Now, if you have a multi-camera setup, something like this, maybe you're building out a home studio. Now, maybe you won't build something as elaborate. Maybe you don't need anything as elaborate as all of this. The workflow today, what we're going to be talking about, is going to be the same, regardless if it's this device or another switcher device. But this particular one is built for 4K and is built as a touchscreen panel all in one unit. All right. So let's switch over here to connecting some cameras. Now, 2 cameras. Maybe I should show y'all a different angle over here behind me. And both of these are Datavideo cameras. Make sure I get the right one here. This is the PTC 300. That's the PTC 300. I'm gonna do a little screen share with you and show you this on the screen too. Melody said, got those anchor cables. Yes, I always put cables in my live streams because cables are important. You can never have enough cables. When I was hooking things up today, when y'all can see behind this screen here, I got a lot of cables. Which one do we just look at? Are we looking at the 280 or the 300? I forgot that fast what I just said. All right, we're looking at the 300. So let me pull up the 300. And let's go back here, and I'm going to do screen share so you guys can see this. I need a show producer today. All right. So let's do some screen sharing. Datavideo. All right. So this is the Datavideo 4K PTC 300 switcher or camera. Oh, screen share. There we go. Let me All right, so let me come back on screen over here, and I'm going to hook these up. Now, there's two different ways that we can hook this up. And I'm going to do my best to kind of bounce around and check comments in real time and everything for you guys and teach at the same time. For those that are watching on YouTube, definitely best experience will be on Amazon. But you know, you can say it so many times and people won't listen. Best experience will be on Amazon. That's the last time I'll say it. So y'all put that in the chat for people that are on YouTube. That they should just come over to Amazon anyway. All right, we are going to look at. Let's do this one because this is the closest one to me. So, like any other camera, we can power this up with our traditional power, which we have already down here. So I have my power, and let's go camera 3. So I'm looking over there. So power cord here on the back of the camera, simply just plug it in. What I like about this particular camera is that this has the barrel connector. So I'm gonna unscrew this. I should take this off the tripod so y'all can see it too. But this has the barrel connector. So I really like using these. You can see like so they won't just pull out. So somebody trips over it, you're not just going to yank this out. Like you would pull the whole camera and everything with it. So I like the barrel connectors for this. Now the one drawback is the fact that this is a this cord, this cable is short. All right. So if you are plugging this up and putting this tripod up high, so if I go and mount this tripod up, and that's one. And this tripod is in the description of the video too. So if I put this camera up here like so, and I want to use this power connection, and I put it in here, I can't even touch the ground with my power cord right now. It just won't even touch the ground. It's literally short. So either you need an extension cable, or the way that I like to use my PTZ cameras are over the network. And that's what I'm going to do for this one. So behind me over here is my Ethernet cable. Now, Ethernet cables come in different shapes, sizes, and everything. But it's plugged into my switch under the desk. Now, we won't talk networking per se, but under my desk is a network switch. So I have my computer plugged into it. I have my router. All that stuff is plugged in a switch. And then I plug in a cable just like I would those devices into my camera, and I can actually power it on. Now, this cable is a little shorter than I want, so we'll bring that down just a little bit. But this is what's called PoE, power over Ethernet. And so I can actually eliminate a power cable and just plug in an Ethernet cable, and it allows me to do a few extra things. So just like that, I turned that on. Switch over to that. So it's on right now. I have a little status light that lets me know green and red. And then if I look at the switcher itself on my top down, it's now showing that it's connected to this video switcher. Now, let me go ahead and plug in the other one as well. And I'm just going to use physical power for the other one. So let's go here. So back behind here, I have a little surge protector, and that camera will now turn on as well. So once that one turns on, you'll see it show up over here on input number 1 here shortly. All right, as that's doing that, I'm trying to just get other stuff set up in the background here. What's going on, Avery? Good to see you on Amazon. Did I unplug something over here? I should be seeing my camera over there. That's number 2. Make sure I plug these in tight. So these are HDMI cables. These are actually fiber HDMI cables. I prefer these over traditional HDMI cables. Let me reset this. And I have these fiber HDMI cables literally strung all through the floor over here. Hope I'm not confusing y'all too much. But I powered on the camera using a network cable because these are PoE, or you could power it using your traditional power cable. Or if you don't have a traditional power cable close around you, just throw it into something like this. So we powered it on, and then I'm running the video feed from the camera over to the switcher using a HDMI cable. So there's other ways to do it too, but I'm trying to keep it simple for y'all. We'll run an HDMI cable out of the camera into the switcher 1, out of the camera into the switcher number 2. Now, why is number 2 not picking up for some reason over here? I thought I tested everything last night. So let me source. And this should be number 1. I want to get my camera working here before we keep going here. Making sure I got the right cable coming to the right thing here. All right, so let's trace cables. Always fun to trace cables, especially when you have a whole bunch of them. All right. So making sure that this cable is going here. And making sure that we're going here. And we may have the wrong cable installed over here. Man, Avery, don't talk about my cable management. I do use cable management, but when I'm showing off this stuff, the cable management just kind of goes out the window because in order to, like, this whole system was not sitting here 2 days ago. It was like on the other side of the room. So I had to reroute everything over here to show this because I've been using the setup more so for the other side. All right, so now I gotta figure. I don't feel like doing all that again. All right, let's do this. I got a workaround. So what I'm gonna do is unplug this and take this off of the tripod. So these do have a thread mount ability under the bottom. All right, so we're gonna do this. Since we got extra cables, Melody, we'll use our extra cables today. All right, so let's take this off. So here's the camera here. Pretty nice size camera too, y'all. This is definitely a sturdy big camera. All right, so we will set it here. And I'm gonna grab my power. And I'm gonna share with you this gold cable too, because this gold cable serves a unique purpose. All right, so got that cable here. And grab our power cable. And we are going to use our power station to power on this camera. So plug that in there. Plug that in there. Now we'll grab another HDMI cable. And plug HDMI into the back of our camera here and into our HDMI input here. Oops, not 2. Let's go into number 1. Might have to walk around so I can see what I'm doing over there. So 2 and 1. All right. All right, there we go. Now we got some video going. Number 2 right there. Okay, so now we got both of our cameras plugged in. So PTZ number 1, PTZ number 2, and I'll show you guys top down so that you can see we got 2 cameras inside this switcher. All right, let me look over. Let me go check on the YouTube people that I told to come jump on Amazon. All right, there's still YouTube people over here. Let me refresh YouTube. All right, there's still YouTube people over there. I don't know why the YouTube people won't come to Amazon for the best viewing experience. All right, so top down shot, we have camera 1, camera 2, and the program is actually what is live. So if I tap on camera 2, you'll see it actually switches to camera 2. If I tap camera 1, it switches to camera 1. So if you have 4 cameras, this is a 4 input switcher, you can bounce between those 4 different inputs. Now, I do have an additional camera that is over here off to my left shoulder. This behind the scenes camera that I've actually been using. Now, let's say you don't have all of the Datavideo PTZ cameras. I know a question would be, well, can you use other cameras? And yes, you can. So I have a cable ready to go for a third PTZ camera. So I can plug that in. And now my behind the scenes camera is over here. So let's see. Hold on. Which camera is that? Oh no, that's this camera right here. I have this camera looking over here. So I have 3 different cameras plugged in. I have an Video 1 camera. I have my 2 Datavideo cameras all come into the switcher. So you'll see now I have 1, 2, and 3. So I just tap the screen for whichever camera I want to display. Now, what I really like about PTZs just in general is the fact that they have the ability to pan, tilt, and zoom. Okay. Panning, tilting, and zooming. Now, on this particular device here, you can actually control the pan, tilt, zoom on the device itself. All right. So let me highlight the Showcast. This is called the Showcast. And in order to do that, all I'm going to do is select my camera. So I want camera. Let's do camera 2, and camera 2 is actually behind me right now. And you can see that camera 2 is live because it's red, has the indicator that it's red in program view. If it was green, this would be in preview. So your talent actually knows which camera is live. So I love that functionality just on the camera itself. So we'll go back to camera 2 over here, and I can control the pan, tilt, and zoom on the switcher itself. So there's a little joystick knob right here. And if you look at the program on the far right over here, you'll see that I'm moving the camera down just with this joystick. So I'm going to move it over here, and you can see this little control area over here. I can zoom in as well. So you're actually seeing my production, what I'm seeing here when I produce this live stream today. Got a little bit of glare over there, but that's what I'm looking at, and that's what you guys are looking at in real time. I can zoom out over here, and you can do this for both cameras. So if I want to do camera 1, let's do this. This camera 1 talking. Oh, I didn't plug in my cable. I got to show y'all the gold cable. So this gold cable right here, this actually allows you to talk to other Datavideo cameras. So there is actually a port for your RS2, your RS422 feed, and your DVIP. So I'm going to plug this into my RS22 here. And as soon as I plug that in, I get the little light that lets me know we are plugged in. So input number 1. Now I can actually point this around to different areas here. Now I'm trying to remember if I had this feed routed differently too, so y'all can see the quality too. Now I am in the basement with not the best lighting going on here, but I do have this overall feed routed into my production. So I'm going to switch over so you guys can see the camera view itself. So that's camera 1, camera 2, and then camera 3 right here. So I'm literally switching between these shots just by touching the screen. So this is the Showcast, and this is what it allows you to do. Pretty awesome device. All touchscreen. You can't mess this up. Now, I also have audio routed into here, but I'm not going to be able to test audio today because audio is actually, I have a Rodecaster that's sitting on the other side of the desk over there, but my audio is actually routed over here. So I'm using 1/4 inch to 3.5 millimeter cable. So if you want to route audio through here for your live stream, you can do that. This has HDMI outputs. So if I want to, let's say, do all my production on this device, I could do that and connect it directly into my laptop to bring into OBS, Wirecast, vMix, Restream, EVMux, any XSplit, any live streaming platform I wanted to. I can bring this into my computer, this whole production into my computer, and produce that live stream. What else do we have on here? Those are the major things on the backside here. You can monitor your audio, which is important. So I have my Shure headphones here. Shout out to Shure for always sending over some good stuff. I think I have those in the carousel too. So I have the Shure 44As over here. I actually have 2 sets of these. I have one at that workstation and one over here. So there's a headphone jack right there on the top, so I can monitor my audio right there. Now, what I will do, I'll walk over there. Now, you won't hear anything because I don't have the audio routed, but I do want you guys to see like the audio meter actually moves. So I'm going to see if I can generate some audio from over there. You guys will have to let me know once I get back if you heard it. So I'm going to walk over here to my Rodecaster. Hopefully I won't bring in any feedback. We'll see. Hopefully not. So I'm not sure if you guys saw the audio movement over there, but you can monitor your audio, which is very important when producing a live stream. I'm glad I walked over here. I totally forgot my camera was on over there. I had my mirrorless camera still on over there. So we can monitor audio. If you want to record, we can do that as well. So there's a SD card slot over there. What's going on, Tech Tools? Tech Tips and Tools. So in this little case I have here, there are all my SD cards. So if you got drones and other equipment, roadcasters that you need to store SD cards, I have this case here. And I've talked about these particular SD cards that I like to use primarily because it's full-size SD, and then it's also the micro SD cards. So I prefer these because the micro SD card allows me to put it into my drone and my roadcaster. But if I'm using this takes the full size, slide that right back in here, and then put in my SD card in here. So now I can record the production of everything. Okay. So SD cards are important to record. Now you can also record directly into your live streaming software if you wanted to do that. So you have redundancy built in. But either way, I like to record in here. Now this, unless I believe I'm correct in the statement, this is not ISO recording. There is a way to do it. You do need another device. So this will just record the program feed side of it. Okay. So let's pop that back in here. But SD card and the case is highlighted here on Amazon. Jump back into some of the controls here on the switcher itself. So on this top row here, just below program, it actually shows which program feed is live. So if I didn't want to touch the actual camera, 1, 2, and 3, I could actually just touch the program over here, 1, 2, and 3 for the live feed. And then below that, I can set what I want to be in preview mode. So let me show you. Let's see, what's the best way to kind of show this off? So the preview camera right now is this one that I have on my desk. You can see because it's green, and my program camera, the one that's going to be, let's make that one live. Yeah, so let's make that one live. So this one's red, program, real-time feed. You guys aren't seeing it right now because of the way I'm routing video. Preview right here is green. Now, if I want to change my preview to another camera, I could do that just by tapping the 2, the 3, or the 4 on the screen here. So you'll see that this is no longer lit up as the preview. So I'm not going to come to that camera next, essentially. So in order to go back to preview, I just tap on the screen here and it relights that back up as preview. But if you're using multiple cameras and you have on-air talent, it definitely makes sense to have these because of the tally lights. When we were doing this conference down in Virginia Beach this past year, we had a panel, I believe it was 8 people that were sitting at the desk. I wish I had some B-roll for it, but I do have a whole video on it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They were sitting at the front of the room. What's going on, Jim? Good to see you. And they were liking the fact that they could actually see which camera was live when it was live, even without having a confidence monitor. It was definitely helpful to know which camera was live. So I'm gonna find this video. The video. Try to type this in. And then let me jump over here and check questions as well. So if you have questions on this setup, let me know. And I will switch over here. I'm gonna try to find this video. So if anybody kind of wants to see the behind the scenes kind of part of this, let me do screen share. We got a lot going on over here today. Got a lot of technicals going on today. So Craig, you can't, to my knowledge, you can't control the AVer cameras. You can only control the Datavideo cameras, to my knowledge. I was trying to grab this link to show y'all. Oops. Okay. So let me jump back in here to be live, do a screen share. All right. So on YouTube, oops. I need another screen. That's what I'm realizing right now in real time. I need another screen so I can see what I'm doing. Or I just need to hire a producer, a remote producer. On YouTube, though, the video that's on the top right that has 4K streaming. Ended up actually using it for the first time. Let me stop screen sharing over there. All right. But yeah, to my knowledge, the way I've used it, I wish I've had more time to sit down and just use everything and test everything out. I wish I got paid just to test stuff out. But life don't work that way. So I actually have to do some work. So I actually make some money to pay some bills. So if you guys want me to hold on to this showcast a little longer to test some stuff out, let me know on both YouTube and Amazon, because this is a loaner unit. This is a loaner unit. The cameras are loaner units. But to kind of deep dive into it, we can definitely set aside time to really play around with a lot of stuff. Now, I haven't played with this part in a while. I'm gonna see if I can do this in real time. But you can actually do something called vertical on this switcher, and I played with it when I first got it because I was like vertical with content creation being in vertical mode. But there's a button here that actually says vertical, and I forgot how to actually use it, but I'm gonna play with it uh, some more. And you can turn the camera into vertical mode, so it's pretty cool. You have also your T bar, so it's not the traditional tall looking T bar. It's a T bar that has a nice rotation to it that's built in. You can also do picture in picture effects on here. You can do transition slides and wipes on here. Let's go back to camera. Let's go camera 2. Okay. So let's do picture in picture. All right. So I can do picture in picture, and I can actually move this around on the screen too. You can do cut dissolve wipes built into here. So like your traditional fade to black, bring it back. So there's a lot that you can do with this the switcher itself. I haven't even got over here to the setup part of this. Let's jump over here. Let me refresh Amazon and make sure that our feed is still good. All right. And so over here on the right side of this panel, I can actually set presets. Okay. Let me come back on full screen because presets are important. I can set presets so I don't have to keep redoing stuff over and over and over again. Now, because I'm teaching and training, I'm always changing stuff. So for me, it's not going to work. But if you have a setup that is a stationary setup, so at my church, I have certain shots for everything. Camera 1 has certain program shots, a wide stage shot, a close-up shot. Camera 2 actually has one that's on the keyboard, one that's on the stage, and a super wide shot of the whole congregation and church. So you can set up presets so that you don't have to manually move the camera around all the time to get to that certain location. So if I go back into camera, if I show you the real feed of this camera right now, what I want to do is select my camera and move it around. So if you want to move your camera around, you can do so. But if you don't want to keep moving it around to go between camera 1, shot 1, and camera 1, shot 3, I can set presets. So let me set up a preset and show you what that looks like. All right. So this camera 2, that's looking at the back of my head, I'm going to move this back over here, and I'm going to point it at, let's see, what do I point it at? I point it at I point it at the Shure microphone, one of my favorite microphones to use. So let me move this around. Okay. All right. So I'm going to zoom in on my microphone like so. I'm on camera 2. So I'm going to go into my switcher, and I'm going to lock down. Oops, I need to store. Got to hit store first. So bounce back out. Hold on. Go over here. Zoom in. All right. So I wanted to focus. There we go. So it's focused on that right there. I'm going to hit store, and I want to select 1. Okay. So now if I move my camera, and let's say I just zoom out and move it. If I go now and touch number 1, it will go to that shot that I called. Okay. So if I go out to camera to show you guys here, I'm going to zoom out. So you're looking at the Datavideo camera right now. Now, if I call number 1, it's just going to zoom in by itself because I set that preset. So pretty cool. Let me jump over here into YouTube land and see who isn't following the instructions, 1, to come to Amazon, and 2, who has questions over here. I think I actually closed the YouTube page down. Let me see. All right. So let's jump into YouTube. All right. So it looks like we're good. No questions. I don't think I missed anything. All right. Good, good, good. Okay. So we just got watchers, no questions on YouTube. All right. Let me pull back up Amazon. All right. So this is a switcher. A couple other things that I have, Datavideo had sent over, and we're still powering this all off of this, you guys. So this is at 92%. So a couple other things that Datavideo sent over is our, where did I put it? Where did I put the monitor? Where did I put the monitor? Oh, it's over here. Okay. All right. All right. Here is, bam, the monitor. This is a 7-inch 4K monitor right here. So for external things like I'm doing right now, this definitely comes in handy. You can power this by power brick that's here, has the barrel connection as well. So I'll show you in real time. This does have an HDMI in and output, so you have some pass through to send feeds. Let's say you want to monitor this a little bit differently, you could do that as well. Let's plug in. Let's see here. What do we have plugged in here? Okay. So I'm going to move this camera over to the middle one. I'm going to plug in. So on this power station, I actually have the camera plugged in, the switcher plugged in, and now I'll plug in this monitor. So Datavideo has like their whole complete system. Okay. Now I'll just turn this on. There's a power button here on the top. So if you have a mirrorless camera and you need a monitor on top of your camera, this is an option for you too. Let's see. I want to take, let me see. I need a source. So I just took one of my cameras, turn it into a source. So bam, there we go. So I'm just routing the feed out of the camera into here. So this is my 7-inch monitor that Datavideo sent over. 4K monitor. You can also power this by MPF style battery. And I believe I have some of those in a carousel that I use. I believe I did. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I can add those if anyone needs suggestions on MPF batteries. But you can power this either way. Thread mount on the top, bottom, side, and this side has the headphone jack, USB port, and then HDMI in, HDMI out, and the power connection on this side. All right. So these little portable monitors do come in handy. This one is light, which I like. I have a couple other ones that are heavy. And if you're trying to put this on something like your mirrorless cameras, you definitely don't want a heavy monitor to add more weight to it. So this is a portable monitor. Now for Avery, this is my gaffer's tape that is just not being used right now. I just ordered some more of this because we do need more of this stuff. But this gaffer's tape is a non-stick tape, and I like gaffer's tape for these situations. Who wants to volunteer to help me clean up all of this mess after I'm done today, moving stuff around? But gaffer's tape leaves that non-sticky residue. So let me switch over to a top-down shot here. So if I want to tape down these cables, I would just use this gaffer's tape right on the cables, tape those down. And then this tape rips pretty easy. You don't need a lot of strength for this tape. So just tape those down on the desk like so. All right. So gaffer's tape is in the carousel. Keep everything nice and tidy. Let's see what else I have today in this carousel. We've got the Rodecaster. So I'm using that to route audio. I was actually doing a video, and we tried to do it yesterday with the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro. I was doing a video on showing how to take a PTZ camera and turn it into a wireless camera as well. Yes, just for Avery, that cable management. So this is a wireless transmitter receiver. So do we have time for that today? Yeah, I got a little time. All right, so let's do this. So we're gonna take one of our data videos. I need to make sure I have some power. I'm looking for power. MPF batteries. I'm not sure if I have enough batteries to pull this off in real time. Maybe we won't do this one. But this is the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro, and it's a wireless transmitter and receiver set. So the receiver is the side that receives the signal, and this would actually plug into. We'll actually try to do this. Let's do this. So this comes with antennas. So I'm just going to put on these antennas here. There's actually 5 antennas that come in here, but you only need to use 4. So you get 1 extra just in case you break it. Thank you to those that are following, that actually click the follow button on Amazon, and those that are already following on Amazon. Ryan, I see you. Click the follow button. And Joe, click the follow button on Amazon. Appreciate y'all for hanging out over here. All right. So I'm going to take camera 2, the one that's behind me right here, and I'm going to disconnect the HDMI cable. Okay. So that means I'm not going to send video to the switcher. So disconnected, cable's on the floor. This cable is my Ethernet cable. So it's just giving me power. And just for a little extra proof to show you that I'm not connected anymore, you see that there's only one cable connected right here, one camera connected right there, and that camera is the one that is on my desk because it has the green light. So we have no cable bringing video into this switcher. So we are going to change that. So I need an HDMI cable. I actually need 2 of these. So we might have to borrow one from somewhere too. So 1 HDMI cable. Do I have a shorter one around here? Somewhere, probably not. All right. And I need my MPF batteries. So let me grab those MPF batteries I have on this other monitor over here. And we got to find the monitor. All right, there's our monitor. There's our MPF batteries. And let me see if I can borrow this cable. All right. Now I'm going to hope and pray that this HDMI cable works because I have not tested this cable. But what we're going to do is now take the transmitter receiver here, okay, MPF battery, and we're going to turn this on, and I'm going to put this in our HDMI port here. Let's see how many ports that we have left. HDMI 3. Well, we're actually not using 2, so I'll show y'all the same port that we were using earlier. So, and we'll set that right up front. Then we'll take our transmitter. We're going to transmit video from this camera, put in our battery, power it on, and we're going to connect HDMI from here. And just to prop this somewhere, I'm going to prop it on my desk over here and plug in the HDMI cable into here. And right there. Okay. So now HDMI cable is going only to our wireless transmitter here. And then on the other end, we have our receiver receiving signal, and it will come into the Showcast 100. So let's make sure we got things turned on here and turned on here. And verify my connection in that cable. All right, cable, the camera's on. Yeah, and I think it's my cable over here. All right, let me grab another cable. That was my concern, was this cable wasn't gonna work. Ugh. Let's grab a cable. All right, there's a long one there. Cables. All right, let's do this one. I got a lot of cleanup ahead of me after this live stream. Okay, all right. Channel 6 on that receiver. Channel 6 here. All right, let's should be receiving video. All right, I guess I'll have to troubleshoot why video's not coming through, but in theory, it should work. It's trying to pick up a signal right there. That's what I'm actually looking at. So I'm just trying to wait for it to pick up the signal between the two. That switched back to channel 1. I switched over to channel 1. I know what to test. I will test this out real quick. I got another PTZ here. So we'll do this instead. This other PTZ camera that's right here. There we go. So I just plugged it into my other PTZ camera, so I don't have to spend so much time troubleshooting any settings, making sure everything was on 1080p. So now this PTZ camera that you're looking at, that feed, is 100% a wireless PTZ camera right now. So using the Hollyland's Mars 400S Pro, able to bring that wirelessly into this touchscreen switcher. So no matter your physical connection limitations, whether that's the length of cables that you might not have or power you might not have, there are so many different ways to set up a live stream broadcast, so many different technologies and tools that you can use to do so. But like an all-in-one solution, this thing is powerful. You guys have seen 4 inputs we can plug in. We use 3 of them most of this time. We can route audio into here because we have audio connections into here. We can monitor our audio. We can record the program. We can do different setups here. We can change the white balances on cameras. We can change the focus, the iris in real time, the shutter speed of our cameras in real time. In the menu section here, there's some different things we can do here as well. The picture-in-picture and things that the effects that are on the right, we have similar setups in here where we can go through and change the program resolution. So we have 4K in here, 1920 if we want to do that. You can change the camera names as well. If you need to, something that you can remember a little bit easier, you can actually change the names in here. You can set up the network settings in here, so get everything on the same network. And quite frankly, that's the best way to use something like this, is to put it on the network and then have everything talking to each other seamlessly. Okay. So I put network connection cables in the stream that I use. Gaffer's tape is in there, audio cables in there, HDMI cables are in there. The tripods that I'm using today, these are the newer tripods. So these are pretty light tripods. The tripod I actually prefer more so, that's more sturdy, is that Rabe tripod. That's a tall, I think it's 16 feet tall tripod. So that was sent over as well. I even put microfiber cloths in here because you do need to wipe the screen because you will get your fingerprints all over the place. So after you've used it a few times and then you actually turn it off, if I turn it off with the power button back here, you see my little fingerprints. So I'll take it. Make sure you use the proper screen cleaner. Don't throw water or anything on it. Use screen cleaner. Take my microfiber cloth, wipe it down, have a nice clean screen again, and then power it back up. So you don't want to do that while it's on because you'll be touching all the buttons and change a whole bunch of things that you probably didn't intend to change. What's going on, Phil? Happy Friday to you. Good to see you. All right, let me jump back over here to the YouTube side of things. If there's any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we will get ready to shut it down today. And I plan to do some more videos about this. If you guys want to see more about this particular unit, let me know before we shut it down and start to clean up all the chaos that is going on over here. All right. A lot of deals on Amazon. This power station, like I said, at the time of this live stream, there is a $400 coupon for this particular unit. I'm just going to run through the things in the carousel real quick for anybody that came in a little bit later. Because I'm using, if not everything, it's close by. So carousel unit, we have this unit. Let me switch screens. All right, camera 2, there we go. So what are we at? We plugged this up with 100%. We are at 88%. We're an hour into the live stream and we're still at 88% powering this unit, the Showcast, powering a camera, and temporary powering our monitor. So Rockpile's power station's in here. Obviously, the Showcast 4K video switcher, touch panel switcher is in here in the carousel. Both cameras, 12x. I think that's 12 and that's 20, or 20 and 12. But you have a 12x version, a 20x version. Datavideo also makes a 30x version. So if you need a longer distance, you can do so. But these are 4K cameras. So these are powered by PoE. And again, the tally light is what I really like on these because you can actually see preview and program, touch of a button. You can see which one is live and which one is in preview. Both of those are in a carousel. The Datavideo 4K monitor as well. So, like I said, this monitor is not just for this particular setup. I do have my mirrorless camera over there. I don't know if I have my thread adapter for this, but I can mount this easily on my camera to have a bigger screen. This showed you guys the newer tripods, Cat 7 Ethernet cable. These are the gold cables that I'm using to connect the camera to the Showcast specifically for control functionality. Okay, specifically for the control functionality. The fiber optic HDMI cables, traditional fiber optic cables, after you go past 50 feet, you start to lose that signal. So these fiber optic ones actually have fiber optics built into it for longer runs. I've used these cables for 300 feet and they're really reliable. You still don't want to bend the cables, but they are really reliable cables. Make sure that you plug them in the correct way. Okay. What's going on, Gina? Good to see you here on Amazon. Glad you could hang out for a little bit. So these cables actually tell you on the cable. I'm trying to remove my gaffer's tape over here so y'all can see. All right, there we go. So On the cable itself, there's one side that says display. The other side of the cable says source. Okay. So like it's like written on here. So the source is where is the video coming from? Display is where is the display or what is being used as the display unit. So if you're using the fiber HDMI, you can go further cable run so you can move your camera physically further away from you and have a good signal. Um, if you don't want to do a cable run, you can do the wireless transmitter. So you got options there. Or if you don't do wireless transmitter, maybe you already have a network built out. You can run a network cable you can actually bring the video over your network. So you can only really need one cable. So there's so many different ways to connect this stuff. James said had some issues with sound through Restream. Yeah, I've been dealing with sound this morning or earlier because I don't know, like I just routed sound through my my Blackmagic switcher versus my Rodecaster, and then audio worked for me today. So I don't know. I had my audio issues today too. Also in the carousel, I have the 1/4" to 3.5mm cables that I use. I use these not only for this device, but I also use them for my A10 Mini Extremes, which is another video switcher. Now that video switcher doesn't have let's see what's connected and what's not connected since I've been demo and changing and moving stuff around. Um, but that video switcher does not have the touch panel. Okay. But I still route audio through there. So if you have an audio interface, you can do it that way. Also, what am I using today? Speaking of audio, Gina, I'm using the Shure wireless lapel microphone set and praying that the battery lasts because I haven't swapped out batteries in a while. So I'm wearing the lapel unit today here. It also comes with the handheld, and every so often I'll switch over to the handheld too. So that's what I'm using today. I'll be using this more and more. I do have my boom mic for these setups, but when I walk around or need to leave and go find something, then I come off microphone. So if I can just stay on mic, a little bit more convenient for me to move around. Talked about gaffer's tape. So all my horrible cable management that's on the floor and everything. If I didn't move stuff around and change stuff up so often, it would be taped down. I don't know. I want to throw down because I'm in the basement. I want to put down some padded flooring, so I don't want to spend the time to tape everything down only to pull it back up. And knowing that I'm going to move stuff around again to show and demo stuff, I just don't want to tape it down permanently. So maybe I use some gaffer's tape to get a little cable management going over here. But this whole setup, literally, y'all, was not here yesterday, or it came yesterday. So this was over there. These cameras were on the other side of the room. So for when I live stream over there, podcast over there, do Zooms over there, this whole workstation is independent of this whole workstation that's over here. So this is my whole live streaming setup. And then this whole setup, like over here, is kind of brand new today. So it brought everything over here. So that's why cables are definitely everywhere today. Speaking of the audio too, Rodecaster is over here. On the screen. So my audio is going through here. So this is Rodecaster Pro 2. I got my case for it because I'm in the basement, and just with all my equipment, like I love to have some type of protection over them so dust doesn't get in there and then mess up the components. So I do have a dust cover for this. Also have a dust cover for my ATEM as well. Headphones talked about earlier. My Shure SRH 440s. These are nice and comfortable. 2 sets of these, one here, one at that workstation area over there. Just checked out the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro. An alternative to the Hollyland system for wireless video transmission is the Teradek Spark 4K. I did do a video on those, and they have 0 latency. You will notice a slight latency in the Hollyland system, but the Teradeks have 0 latency. They do get kind of hot though. That's my only thing with those. They do get kind of hot. Haven't used them in a little while. Um, More so, like if I'm comparing the two, most are looking for a budget option. Highland definitely has the more budget option. Teradek is the more professional option, but it does come with almost twice the cost as well. Gina, you haven't set up the Teradek. You got to set up the Teradek system. Set it up. Set it up. Set it up. Let me know when you set that up. The Teradek is nice. I like the Teradeks because they're small and they're compact. They're not. You don't have to deal with the antennas that you do on the Hollyland system. So I do like the Teradek system. If I had to choose, I would use the Teradek all the time. Uh, just make sure that thing is charged because it is only because you can connect external power to it, but you can't connect an NPF battery to it, which is not cool. You can connect like a little USB power hub to it, but then that makes it not as nice and compact as it is just by itself. Because fully charged, it's only like 90 minutes on the transmitter. And doing a live stream like this, then live for an hour and 10 minutes. So I would be cutting it close if I got too long-winded. Need another camera, need another cable for my camera. I have the ZV-1. If I'm not mistaken, the ZV-1 does have a full-size HDMI, if I'm not mistaken. And I do have Amazon Basics cables. That's what I'm using for here. So on my shorter ones, and plus before I started to buy the fiber ones for like short runs, I just use the Amazon Basics. That's what I got plugged in here right now. See, when I demo this stuff, I don't even remember what's plugged into where. I gotta go back and figure out what I got. But this is my Amazon Basics cable right here. These things work just as good as any other cable. Now, if you start going long distances with that ZV-1, then I would go fiber optic HDMIs. What else we got in this carousel to wrap up today? Pelican cases. Now, Datavideo, when they did send over uh, this unit and the PTZs, they did come in Pelican cases. But if you do get this unit, you would probably want to go to their site for those Pelican cases because they are customized so that these devices fit in there and they're not shaking all around. But I do use Pelican cases, especially when transporting any of this expensive equipment around. So they just give you a little bit extra peace of mind when transporting equipment. Genius, I got that camera so I can stream outside. I am going to do a outside live stream setup. I wanted to do it kind of yesterday because it was really nice here in Virginia. But I do have the YOLO live. So I want to do a video doing a outside live stream professional setup, showing lower third, streaming to Amazon, YouTube, with a PTZ camera specifically, but I'll use my mirrorless camera as well. So I want to do more of that live streaming from outside and what that setup looks like as well. How to mic yourself up, dealing with wind, dealing with the sun, and all that good stuff. Hopefully we can do that. It won't be next week, maybe the week after. Depends on the weather because it is still February, March. But an outside live streaming setup. Let's see what else I have in here. I got my Cable Matters power down here. Thought I was going to use it today, but didn't actually use it. But I have two of these, one over here, one over there. What I like about these is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 ports, and then you also have 2 USB ports as well. So if you need to charge up your cell phone over USB, then those come in handy. Wireless mic where you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can go with I'm a fan of the Rode Wireless Goes, but there's so many now that you can't go wrong. Let me see if I can find the Mayonos. Let me put in here. Mayono lapel. $79. Here's one for 100. Oh, there's actually a 10% coupon on this one. Hold on, I'll put this one in the I'll do screen share. I'll do screen share. I was gonna put it in the carousel because you know how on Amazon we gotta put this stuff in the carousel, but just to speed things up for you, I will show you this one right here. So this one is the Mayono wireless lapel, and there's a little coupon down there too for it. I had I just sold mine because I don't use them. I have so many, so I can't use everything. But I just sold the 2 transmitter, 1 receiver unit. So if you had 2 people talking or vlogging, you could actually use the 2-in-1 set. But if it's just going to be you and Cheryl is not going to be live streaming with you in the same place, then you could use this one, something like this. But the Mayono ones are good. Rode Wireless Go is my preferred one. There is a version 2 out now. And I'm trying to see the individual ones. So these are a little bit more, but they're definitely reliable. They actually have internal recording on these as well. So you can, let's say for some reason the connection to your camera stopped working or whatever, and you go back and you're like, hey, it didn't record to my camera on the card. You can record internally to the roads as well. So you have a backup. So that's a nice feature of those. And then the Hollyland system, I do have these. They're over there. I've used these a couple times for live streaming. That's the charging case, and it has 2 microphones and 1 receiver. So these are nice. That's a look at kind of what those look like. I have used the Syncos as well. We actually use these at our church for a little while. So these are Synco wireless, and these actually come with the lavalier microphone too. So you can use it with just the pack itself, if you will, or you could connect the lapel microphone to it. So because they have a microphone built in the top of these, so you can use either microphone essentially. So you got some options out there. Let's see, anything else on here? Movo, I saw that in there. There's the Hollyland system, one receiver, 1 transmitter. So under $100. This one has a coupon associated with it too. You should be able to find quality under $100. Can these all be used with iPhone 13s? I don't know if all of them come with the cables for it. Can they be used? Yes. Do they come with the cables when you buy it? I'm not sure if they all do. I do have, because I have the 13 right here too. Yeah, not all of them come with the cables, but you can buy the lightning adapter and do that. Now, if you wanted something specifically for your iPhone and you're not going to run, so let me backtrack. So the ones I showed you, I would use those definitely for a camera. So like your Sony ZV-1. If we start talking mobile, the one that I would recommend is the Shure, not just because they gave me a whole bunch of Shure stuff, but the Shure MV88 Plus is what I would recommend for it. That's the vlog kit. Let me share screen here. This is the vlog kit. You don't need that. You just need the microphone itself. A little bit more pricier, but something like this is what I would recommend for the mobile, because it does come with the cables for it, and it's built for it. Now, if you are doing a fully mobile live stream from your iPhone, then the kit is definitely the way to go. And then if you want to save a little bit more, save a little money, I would kind of use this as your baseline. But this is definitely built for your phone and has really good audio on it. Let's see down here. I'm trying to see if anything down here has. I've even used some of these like kind of quote unquote knockoff ones. So like this one right here, Gina, it has the built-in lightning, and these have pretty good audio too. I don't remember the brand that I had, but these have pretty good audio too, and they are like really budget friendly. How long it will last, I'm not sure, but 35 bucks and there's 5% coupon for something like this. These work. It's really small lightning. Just plug that into your phone, and then the other side you have your mic. Just clip it onto you, and it's good to go. Doesn't have like all the fancy bells and whistle features, but if you just need a better microphone, even that's a route to go. Have have to do a kitchen stream, but I think I'm just going to use my phone this time. Yep, sure. Shure. Yep, yep, yep. But yeah, you got some options out here. But like I said, even these lower priced ones, they work well. Just not sure how long it'll last. Um, all right, let's see. What else still have any carousel here? I think we got to everything. The the one on screen. Oh, okay, the one on screen. Let me add the one on screen to the carousel. I can do that to make life easier. So B09 TK. Oh, is that TKJJ L81? That good old, yeah, there you go. I got it. All right, so, all right, added that to the carousel, Gina. Last one in the carousel, or it's highlighted. All right, and I'll add the Shure one. I'll add the Shure, the whole set, but they also just sell the microphone by itself as well. See, this Amazon is the best viewing experience for sure. NV88 Plus. Let's see. Mm. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We'll also add the Meet Movo. The Movo has a vlogging kit too. Sure. Oh, let's see. Mobile live streaming gear, microphones. Okay. I have my idea list. Let's see if I can find it faster in my idea list. Oh, I'm gonna add a couple in there. Comicas, I've used those before. They're sitting around over here somewhere. Road Church. Oh, I thought I had the NV88 Plus in there. H NV88 Plus. I want to come up and search there. Okay, I gotta find it on Amazon and bring it over. Sure, NV88 Plus. And put in the ASIN number here. B08G7T 3Q9S. Let's hope we got that right on the first shot. Bam. All right. So all of those should be in the carousel for you, Gina, on the back end of the carousel. All right. Anything else in here that I missed? Cables, SD cards. Yep, I think I got everything. So let me jump over and make sure that I didn't miss anything the on the YouTube side. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, oh, I'm looking at. I tried to send that feed over there. Huh, that didn't work. All right. Let me do this. I think I got distracted already. All right. Mr. Mod, what's going on? Let me check on YouTube side real quick. Let's see. Nolan on YouTube. Thanks, Monty. Are you going to repost this? Got here late. So it will stay saved on YouTube. Well, I might take it off YouTube, but it will stay saved on Amazon. So definitely, if you want to watch the replay again, Nolan, I'll put Amazon live link in YouTube. So um, primarily, that's where you'll catch me go live. So you haven't seen me go live a lot here on YouTube. Primarily, I go live on Amazon. So definitely want to follow over there. There's actually a button. You click follow over there, and you can catch me over there. Try to go live every Friday, just pending the schedule of life. But that's where you'll catch me the majority of the time. TCB and a flash. Which headset mics are you using and how are you connecting it? Great question. So on Amazon, I have it linked. Let me find it for you and bring it to you on the YouTube side. But if you come on over to Amazon, you'll see it like right below me. And for those that are on Amazon, I'll highlight it. So I've been using this set more and more, even just recording content in general. So let me grab it. Let's see here. So this is called the BLX 1288 slash MX 153 kit. And this comes with the let's see, try to move some stuff over out the way and hook up my camera so I can bring all the feedback. All right, so let me hook some stuff back up over here. So source. All right. And over here. That way you can actually see it. If anybody wants to volunteer to help me clean up this mess afterwards, hey, just let me know. Just let me know because we got a lot of cleanup to do over here once we get done. All right, let's see. All right, bam. All right. So got that camera hooked back up. And we'll go over here. Okay, so I'm gonna switch cameras to actual feed right here. So this is the microphone. It's a lapel set. Did I put it in the Amazon chat? Hold on. Or the YouTube? Let me grab it. Put in YouTube chat. All right, so I'm adding it to the YouTube chat, highlighted on Amazon. So it's a lapel pack here, 2 AA batteries inside. So these are my Amazon Basics batteries. And just your simple connection here, plugged in. So it has a little clip. So I'm just clipping it to backside of my pants here. And then it's completely the cables ran through on my backside. Underneath here, just I only probably can see the cable right there a little bit, but I'll just run it right through my back. And then it wraps around the ear like so. So the cable up, wraps around the ear, and then the little tip on here can come off. I actually was cleaning it the other day because I had accidentally dropped it. Don't ask me how. But you can adjust this as close or as far away from your mouth as you need to. So this is flexible. So I know I'm adjusting audio while I'm talking. My apologies. So, but it is flexible. It fits firm around the ear, so you can change it. You can tighten it. You can loosen it to fit around your ear more compactly. So this is it. Let me fix it now because I adjusted it there. The receiver for it is over here on my desk. So we will use our Datavideo 4K switcher. And I'm actually pan tilting and zooming with this thing. Mr. Mod, I know you like this. this makes life easy right here. So I'm panning, and now I'm going to zoom in on the receiver. the Shure receiver over there on my desk. All the techies in the house. Yeah, this is the fun stuff, ain't it? So right there is the Shure receiver. So you have A1 and A2. So on the back side of here, you have uh, two XLR inputs. One XLR input is my lapel right now. The other XLR input is the SM7 SM58, the wireless SM58. So this setup in particular comes with the lapel handheld, tripping over my word, y'all. Lapel handheld and the wireless lapel. So that's why I like this set. This is the one I had asked Sure if they could send me, because when I was doing the conference, uh, this just made the most sense because we needed a handheld for passing around to the audience, and then the speaker could use this one. So if you're looking for that type of option, this set gives you one of each. Obviously, you can buy these independently. So if you don't need the handheld, you just need the wireless lapel, you can get that. If you just need the wireless handheld, you could get that. But I like the fact that this is a combo piece. So coming back over here real quick. So we have A1 and A2, lapel and handheld. And then out of here, I'm just running these XLR cables right now. These XLR, both of them are just running simply into the back of my Rodecaster. So one XLR is right here. The other XLR is right here. And they're two different independent feeds. So if I want to switch over, we'll do this in real time. Let me make sure I got batteries in this thing. Okay, yep. So I'm on my lapel right now. I'm going to bring down the volume here. Check, check, check. So now I'm on the handheld, and you should have heard the switch over as such. So this is the setup that I'm using, and pretty nice setup. Pretty nice setup. Sure makes just good quality audio in general. And then if I do need a boom mic, I got the boom mic overhead, so I can be completely hands-free. I'm not sure if that's the video. I was recording a video, or maybe it was a video I put out just about, yeah, I think it was my most recent YouTube video, just getting the right equipment for the right task. So if certain environments just makes sense to use certain pieces of equipment. If I'm doing a lot of demonstrations, using this probably wouldn't be the best microphone. Me holding one hand on the microphone and then trying to move stuff around and connect stuff, this probably wouldn't be the best microphone. So in this scenario, why use this one when I could use a hands-free? So I have this, I'm completely hands-free. I can move around, do what I need to do, and I can actually have good audio consistently through wherever I'm going, right? But maybe this doesn't really fit the need of doing a podcast, because quite frankly, a microphone like this is just much better for a podcast. The sound is just richer. It's even more cleaner. It's cleaner overall. Uh, this is more of that podcast setup that just would make more sense. Then there's other times where maybe I don't want to have anything on uh, on my ear. I want a microphone that's just out of frame, like you're recording a movie set, or maybe it's an interview or something like that, where it just makes sense to just switch over. And now I'm just using my boom shotgun microphone that's just out of frame of this camera. Where's my ATEM switcher? So it's just out of frame here, but you can see it in this angle. So that microphone right there is what I just switched over to. And then being able to control that through the Rodecaster just makes it a little bit easier. But different microphones for different scenarios. So just making sure that you have the right thing for the right scenario, you're good. not just microphones with cameras, same thing. Like PTZs are for certain environments that just makes sense. You know, being here in this environment, a one-person operation. So if I need to move around a little bit and I'm the only person here, it's a lot easier for me to control it and move over here at the same time on my own camera person with pan, tilt, and zoom cameras than stationary cameras that wouldn't allow me to do so. And then presets on PTZs just make things easier too. So right equipment for the right job, always important. So I think we covered everything in the carousel. I think we covered everything. Uh, Initially, I kind of want to show you guys with this particular setup. I am going to do a more thorough live stream. I want to play a little bit more with the vertical functionality of here because I forgot how to do vertical. You can stream directly from this as well. It is all touch panel. Like it's a touch panel video switcher, 4 inputs. It just makes life a lot easier in this world of live streaming sometimes, especially if you have to teach someone how to do a live stream and they don't really have the technical expertise to do it. And you can just have them operate the cameras. Just tap between which camera gives the best shot, or you know, not being static on one camera for long periods of time. Just tap the camera, and that's all they have to do. So this setup makes things fun too at the same time. But glad you guys were able to hang out for a little while with me here on Amazon. If you're not following, make sure you hit follow. Alfred just followed me here on Amazon, so I appreciate that. Let me make sure I didn't miss any last minute things over on the YouTube side. I believe we are caught up and up to date over there. Appreciate you guys for all the follows, the thumbs up, the comments, all that good stuff. And with that, I will see you guys in the next live stream as we continue to talk all things tech and digital and live streaming. And also, if you have not followed the storefront, what I'm doing is putting deals that I'm finding on Sundays and Mondays that are like really good deals in the storefront. So make sure you check out the storefront every single week for some of these deals, like the $400 off of this unit right here. There's monitors that go on sale. There's lightning deals, there's coupons. So I'm trying to put those in there. So once a week, just jump in there and check that out. If you're on YouTube, then I'm linking to that in the video description of the more recent video. So just check there and you'll be able to find it as well. But with that, I'm done for the day. Time to clean up. I'll see you guys in the next live stream.